Giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akim out there doing the work of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, in truth, faith, and in sincerity. This is Psalms 55 and 16. As for me, I will call upon Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and the Lord shall save me. All right. Now here's a psalm of David that he wrote millennia ago, and it rings especially true for these times that we're in right now today. And that is because David, our King David, was also set up by the Most High to be a prophet. Okay. And he would prophesy throughout all of the songs that he wrote, or at least a majority of them. All of the majority of the songs that he wrote, a lot of them contain prophecies. All right, such as this one, which is a lot of it is playing out in these last days. All right, now it says, verse 17: Evening and morning and at noon will I pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. All right, and this lines up with what Paul wrote in the New Testament. All right, that men ought to always pray. And that's true, especially in these times. All right. As soon as you get up and, throughout the day, and when we do these lessons, it's also a form of prayer. All right. But you need to be praying also personally to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And then before you lay down and go to sleep, pray. We're in the season of judgment and death. Okay. Judgment by death, among other things. But right, we are in a time of chaos, trials, and tribulation. So you can never pray too much. There's no such thing as too much prayer. All right, so we should be praying, as King David stated. Verse 18, he says, He hath delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. Okay, and so this is what we look for here in these last days as we hold on for dear life to this truth, this the doctrine of truth, the gospel. As we hold on for dear life, we're holding on in hopes of soul salvation. All right, that the Lord will deliver our soul from the judgment and the devastation that's to come. All right, so again, Psalm 55 and verse 18, He had delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. God shall hear and afflict them, even he that abided of old, Salah, because they have no changes. Therefore they fear not the Most High. All right. Yeah, so there's going to be a great judgment coming to the wicked. All right. And it says, verse 20, He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. All right. And this is talking about the Edomites. All right. Because they are truce breakers. They do not keep covenants because they are not men of honor. They are not men of integrity. These are liars, cheats, thieves, murderers, rapists, and anything else you could think of that's negative. Well, yeah, they gravitate to it. And that's this man. He had put forth his hands. It says, He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. All right. And that's all the nations, but specifically that's talking about the children of Israel. But he does this to all nations on earth. Okay. But the number one people that were at peace with him, and that's even, well, we had the example of Cristobal Colon Colon coming to the Americas, and he, well, it was said by scholars that he would make statements such as it would be a shame not to rape, rob, and pillage these people, because they're so kind. So I guess you could say, what would you call it? Naive. But the point being, the Edomites came over here, and the natives, Israelites, who was here in this land, they accepted him. They were at peace with him. All right. They taught this man how to survive in this land. And what did he do? He repaid their kindness with slaughter. And getting ready to celebrate that coming up this month was the 24th of this month. You know, they'll have people celebrating what they call Thanksgiving. And all it is them sarcastically thanking the Native Americans and the rest of the Israelites for giving up their land. That's what Thanksgiving is. All right. They're thanking us for taking our land. It's the ultimate slap in the face. Somebody take your shit and then sit there and say, "Now do something about it." What you gonna do? Well, that's Esau with his Thanksgiving, but he flipped it on y'all. Got you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, flipped it on y'all. You know, and told you that, yeah, this is the day that you should give thanks to the Lord. And they don't even believe in the Lord. Well, they at least do, but they're in open rebellion toward the Heavenly Father. They know the Most High exists, but in their pride, they think that they can outsmart or, you know, basically that they are gods and that they can at least, maybe not defeat the Most High, but they can at least defy Him to the point that they can do their own thing, break free from the Most High and do their own thing. You see? But yeah, it's first and foremost speaking about the Israelites. He put forth his hands against us first. But now the other nations are feeling that wrath. All right. Now he's weighing the violence of his hands is weighed throughout the entire earth, and all kindreds, nations, and tongues is feeling that wrath. Okay. Yes. So again, Psalm 55 and 20, he had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. Yeah, he doesn't keep his word. All right. All of the treaties, he didn't keep not one treaty with the natives when they came over here. All right. The Gadites, Ishkarites, the Reubenites would make treaties with this man just to try to get along and live in peace. You see, he had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. They was trying to keep peace with him, and then every time he'd break his covenant, encroach upon their lands more and more, just like what you see that's being done in Gaza. All right, with the Israelis. That's their MO. You give them an inch, and they will take a light year. You seeing that right now as I speak with Gaza, and you can get the maps. They're on Google of what Israel looked like in 1948, predominantly Palestinian. Then the Israelis came in, you know, gave them a little portion, and from 48, 1948 to this day, 2023, now the Palestinians are being totally ethnic, ethnically cleansed from out of Israel. All right. They're being totally disposed off of that land. See, that's how this devil does. If he can get a toe in the door, he coming in. All right. Verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. That's what this man does. He's a master manipulator and deceiver with language. All right. He's a master with language and deceiving with words. And this is why when you go to court, you better have a lawyer and a damn good one, because you'll never decipher all them contracts and shit, or they get you in court. You talking about you gonna represent yourself, and they'll purposely, throw you a loop, throw a phrase or some words out there that you think mean one thing, words that may have an everyday usage, but in court it's a whole different meaning, or in law. That same word or phrasing will have an entirely different meaning, such as, do you understand? All right. And then you think he's talking about, can you comprehend what he's saying? And that's not what he's saying. He's saying, or when the cop asks you, do you understand? Or a judge, they're talking about, do you stand under their jurisdiction? So that's just one example. But, it sounds harmless. Do you understand, sir? Yes, I understand. Then next thing you know, you getting cuffed. Well, this is his MO. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. You know, smoother than soft butter. You see, he got these sweet words, man, make you feel good. It said, but war was in his heart. You know, same situation with Ukraine. We gotta stand for Ukraine and fight against the tyranny of Putin and them Russians. You know, Ukraine deserves freedom and all of this and that. And the whole time they wanted to get Russia involved in a WAR. All right, the whole time. It says his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Right. Anytime this man tells you something, you might want to check your six, as they say. Watch your back. All right, because he may be trying to stick a knife in it. There's no good can come from this devil. All right, he doing his part. Lord put him here on the earth to carry forth the works of Satan, and that's exactly what they do. They do the works of Satan. Now, us as Hebrew Israelites, we should be doing the works of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, which are found in these scriptures. Okay? And verse 22 says, cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. And you see how this fits in these days? Because the burden is thick right now. All right, we're in the thick of the battle. So we need to be casting our burden upon the Lord and allowing him to sustain us. All right, coming out of pride, trying to do things on our own. No, I got this. I got this. I'm bad about that because I always had to move on my own. You were told in the world, man, supposed to get it on his own. A man's supposed to do this. A man's supposed to do that. Esau had you believe you less than a man. You ask somebody for help, and the whole time all this man does is receive help by the means of stealing, taking, raping, and robbery. You know, Yeah, he don't ask for help. He just takes shit. But to have you feeling like less of a man because you need some help. No. We got Yahweh Shai as our help. He is our help. Cast your burden upon him. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. Why do you think Yahweh Shai told Paul, 2 Corinthians 12 and 9, that my grace is sufficient for thee? All right, because he wanted Paul to understand my grace is all you need to sustain you. So cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. So what's the understanding in that? The understanding is stay righteous. you want the help of the Lord? Remain righteous as much as possible. Rehearse the righteous acts. Keep his commandments. Shalakia. Um, yeah, hey, do this work. Go out on the highways and byways and preach the gospel. Okay? And the Lord will not suffer you to be moved. He's gonna let the winds blow upon you and the waters crash against you, but you stay rooted. All right? You stay doing the work. Dig in. Stay doing the work. Yeah, he ain't saying he gonna just let it be sunshiny days every day. Yeah, you gonna get blown upon. You gonna get pushed. You gonna catch hell. But the Lord, if you anchor to Him, He's not gonna allow you to be moved. He's a sure foundation. So just anchor to Him. Anchor to Yahweh Shai. Verse 23. But thou, O power, shall bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee. Okay? So, great judgments are coming, and we have to remain steadfast, all right, in our goals to our salvation. So, just a short little message to keep pushing, all right, and don't give up. To the next one, Shalom.